Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the Xiaomi Yeelight. This is a Wi-Fi controlled LED strip, and you can see I've currently got it wrapped around myself. It's a 2-meter strip. Now I got this through Gearbest.com, and here you can see the listing. It's pretty cheap, it's just around $30 US, $31 US, and they ship worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, they can ship to you. How much the shipping costs depends on your location and the type of shipping you choose. For instance, if you want priority next day shipping, or if you're just willing to wait a week or whatever. So many different shipping options. Now I didn't actually pay for this. Gearbest said place an order like a normal customer, you don't have to pay, just try out our service and make a video. So luckily I didn't have to pay for this, so that's a big bonus, but this is really cool. Now we've looked at Xiaomi products in the past, especially the Xiaomi Yi camera. So this is the Xiaomi Yeelight. So you can see right now I've got it changing colors. Now the colors don't look very vivid on the camera because I've got like lights on me. If I turn them off for a minute, you'll be able to see this a little bit better. So let me turn off the video lights. So now I've switched off the video lights, but I still have my main bedroom light on, and you can probably see the colours a lot better now. It's changing between green and red and yellow, various different colours. If I put it like this, you'll be able to see it projecting onto me. It's a 2-meter strip, so it's actually pretty long, but if you want, you can actually cut it to a shorter length. Every 3 LEDs, there's a cut mark, so if you want it shorter, you can cut it. You could potentially even cut it, then solder some wires and extend it. So if you wanted, say, 1 meter here, then an empty space, and then another meter, you could do that if you're handy with a soldering iron. So this is what you get in the box. You get the 2-meter LED strip, and by the way, this does have a rubber coating. So hopefully there you can see the rubber coating, and that actually has an IP65 rating, which I believe means it can be hit with like high pressured water jets and it won't be affected. So I'm sure you could use this in the rain, although you wouldn't want to put the controller in the rain, but I think this LED strip itself with an IP65 rating probably would be okay in the rain. So connected to the strip is the controller. Let me bring this closer. And you can see there's just a single button on here that turns it on, off, and allows you to change the colors. I really like that because if you compare that to, say, the Philips Hue lighting system, you have to buy a separate controller for that, or you have to use your cell phone. Whereas with this one, not only can I use my cell phone, but I've also got the switch built in, so I can easily turn it on and off, which I really like. And they supply you so much cable, because we've got all of this cable here running between this strip and the controller, and then between the controller and the power supply, we've also got all of this extra cable. So it makes it very flexible in where you're going to place this because you've got such long wires. So that's a big plus for me. As for the power supply itself, it comes with a 2-pin plug, but if you buy it in countries which don't use that, they actually include an adapter. So let's say you're going to use it in the UK, they'll include an adapter so you can use this in the UK, and it runs anywhere from 100 volts to 240 volts. So plug this in anywhere in the world, it's going to work, and it outputs 12 volt 1 amp, which is, you know, potentially up to 12 watts. And this is a really bright strip. I've also tried a Philips Hue LED strip, and I would say this is as bright, if not brighter, and the cost is like significantly less. So I mentioned earlier that we can use this switch here to turn it off, to turn it on, hold it down and it will change colors. There you go, it's turned to red. If I hold it down again, turn to kind of a yellow, hold it down again. Now you won't be able to see these colors that easily on the screen because I've got my video lights back on, but now it's changed to like a green, and I can hold it down and keep changing it. Oh, that's a brighter green there. If I hold it up against myself, you can see easier. But that's not the only way you can control them. You can also do it from your cell phone. They have an application for Android and iOS. So when I open it up, you can see right now it's showing green, but if I swipe to the left, I get a color chart. Let me see if I can show you this on camera. So if I swipe, you can see it's going to blue, it's going to kind of a green, it'll go to red, and if I hold up the strip here, let me try and get it in a single shot so you can see. Now there is a slight delay between setting the color on your phone and the strip updating. It fluctuates, but it could be anywhere up to like 1 or 2 seconds. So you can see right now it's kind of pinky, and if I move this over to green, see it updated to green, and I can swipe over to blue, and you can see it's blue, and you can basically set it to any color you want. Now of course it's not only color. If you drag down, you can do brightness. So if I pull this down, you can see this is dimming. If I put it back up, it gets brighter. So it's, you know, you can completely control it from your cell phone, and I haven't had any problems. It works every time. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag, like 1 or 2 seconds before this updates, but otherwise it works perfectly. Like blue, there you go. So that one actually took, you know, a little bit longer. It fluctuates a little bit. I am actually quite far away from my Wi-Fi point, to be fair, but it works every time, even if there is a slight delay. You see, that time it was really fast. And then of course you can have like a flow option where it will just gradually change colors. Again, you can't see this that well. Let me turn off my video lights. So now you can see it a bit better. In fact, let me shine it on the wall behind and see if we can get a kind of accent lighting going. So you can see it's just slowly varying through the colors. And there are so many options in the app. You can make it go with music, you can set alarms. Just like the Philips Hue system, you've really got a lot of flexibility with this lighting. And you can buy multiple strips and then control them all from here, either independently or acting together. So let's say you put one over there and one over here, and you might set up a lighting scheme on here where when you come home it will automatically turn on, and this one over here will be like, say, a red, this one over here will be yellow to make like a sunset, something like that. So they all work together if you keep buying the Yeelight systems. And they also sell bulbs. Now I haven't got the bulb yet, but I do want to try the bulb out because I've been quite impressed with this LED strip. So here's some of the options you can find inside the app. You can see there's a music mode, there's a sleep timer, there's scheduling, various different options, so you can really get a lot out of this lighting. And it's only $30 US. That's quite affordable considering this is a full RGB LED strip and it's controlled over Wi-Fi. And if we plug it into a watt meter, we can measure how much power it consumes when it's turned off and when it's turned on. So right now it's off, and if I bring the watt meter in, you can see that it's measuring 0.75 watts. Now you might be thinking, why is it consuming any power when the light is turned off? Well, of course, this controller here is still connected to your Wi-Fi and listening for commands from your cell phone or your tablet. So that's why it's still going to consume a little bit of power when it's turned off. But of course, it's still under 1 watt, so it's not that much power. Now if I set the light to full brightness on white, we can see that it's currently measuring around 6.8 watts, so still far under the maximum 12 watts that this power supply can handle. So the power consumption is heavily dependent on the color that you select. See, right now you can see on blue we're consuming around 6 watts, but if we go to red over here, we should see that drop eventually. Okay, there you go, it's now down to around 5 watts. Now you saw it peak for a while there because I was transferring through different colors. For example, green, which is quite power hungry, at around 8.2 watts. And the highest I actually saw it get was around 11 watts, but I can't get it now because, you know, when you're scrolling through here, it's very hard to get the exact same color twice. Which is why when you find a color that you really like, you probably want to save it, because otherwise you're probably going to struggle to land on that exact same color again. So no matter what happens, it's always going to be under 12 watts. And if you consider that most modern CFL bulbs or LED bulbs are anywhere from 10 to 20 watts, 12 watts, that's not a lot of power. So, you know, you can run this pretty much 24/7 and it's not going to break the bank. So let's try put this in my bedroom and see how it looks with the lights off at night. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.